Hello, and welcome, and thank you for learning with me today. My name is Kris KeyZ, and I am your instructor, your maestro, and your favorite online music producer. I'm excited to talk to you about today's tutorial. It's one of my favorite tips and tricks that I use on a lot of my music production tricks, and that is the reverse trick. You might have heard this on a lot of your pop records, modern records, especially some of your hip hop and trap soul records that we hear today. It's a fairly easy trick, but it does require a few extra steps. Now, if you haven't learned already, sometimes the difference between a well known producer who's out here getting his music heard, selling his beats to these artists, sometimes the difference between him and somebody else is one or two steps that he goes and takes in his music productions. And that, my friends, is called the secret. But don't worry, today I'm going to show you those extra 2 or 3 steps that you can take that will immediately, drastically improve your music productions. And I'm talking about immediately, meaning today. By the time you finish watching this tutorial, your music productions will be on a whole nother level. Your creativity, inspiration it won't be the same. So the key to this trick, like I said, is we have to start with an audio track. And the crazy thing is we're going to start with the audio track, convert it to a MIDI. We're going to start with a MIDI track, convert it to an audio track, and then put it back into a MIDI format to create our reverse sample. So without further ado, that's the intro to what we're going to be learning today. And this is your step number one. What I like to do is to use a piano track. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to use an Omnisphere. I had Omnisphere loaded up. I apologize. We're going to use just a regular Logic piano here. Okay, now that we have our piano loaded, what we want to do is play a melodic or some type of melody with our MIDI, using our MIDI keyboard. So what I'm going to do is play something, and just a couple of the notes. The more, depending on how you play it, it's going to depend on the sound. The more long notes you play, the more swelling sound you get. If you want a more melodic sound, you might want to do a little bit more filling and stuff going on with the way you play it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a few bars and see if we can find something. Here we go. Let me start my tempo. All right. So there you go. Just a quick little melody. I'm freestyling. I have no idea what I'm playing, but it might be cool. And that's the cool thing of doing these live, because you never know. So let's play it back. I quantized it. Okay, let's try this simple note. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just trying to find like a decent quantize for it, but it's fine. So what we're gonna do is press. Now that we have it, we're gonna press Control B and bounce and convert what we just have and bounce that to audio. So this is your second step, what you want to do. So now that we played our MIDI, and like I said, you can notice that it's not perfectly what I played. It's not perfectly quantized, and that's okay. Sometimes you want that, but sometimes it's fine for what we're doing. So now that we have it bounced to audio, now you want to double click on it, go down here to File, and click on Functions, and right here you see there's a reverse tab. So let's click that, and what this is going to do is reverse. Now what we just played, we'll play it back. So you see all how cool that sounds when you get those reverse sounds. And I really like using piano because I think that's one of the best instruments, the acoustic instruments that gives you this effect. But try it on anything. So now that I want to do this, I'm gonna quickly just chop these up and go over here to fade the ins and outs a little bit so I don't get that popping sound. And guys, if you don't know how to chop samples up and do what I'm doing, go back and look at some of the other tutorials. I show you exactly what I'm doing, the hotkeys and everything. So I break all of this stuff down. So this is just a tip and trick using the techniques that I've taught you and showed you guys already. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna quickly take this and put it into my EX24. And I showed you guys how to do that before by opening your EX24. But this is the new way. It's a hotkey, and that is Control E. I press that, and that's going to take those regions that I just chopped up and put them automatically in my EX24 for me. So I can delete this and go to my keyboard over here, and I can see all of those samples that I just played. They're now sampled into my EX24. So I can pull up my EX24 and start playing like I normally would with the tuner. Okay, so there you go. There's your steps. Now, this next step is you want to just load in one of my drum loops or pull up one of my sample kits, drum kits, and load them up and just start creating. So this is a drum loop that I have. If you like this drum loop, you can definitely download it for free. That I have, give you all of this sauce for free. So that's my drum loop. Let's just play. So yeah, let's just record that. Let's just play around. 3, 4. Okay, so you take that and quantize it. So yeah, so that's an easy way to take your productions, easily, quickly elevate them to another level. So your steps are first, find your melody with the piano track. It doesn't have to be a piano, but play a melody using your MIDI. Then convert that MIDI into an audio for your second step. Now once you convert that to audio, your next step is you want to reverse that. So bounce it down, and then your next step is chop it up, put it in your EX24 using the hotkey Control E. And then from there, just have fun creating. And, you know, guys, like I said, the sample might not always work, but that's not the key always to creating. It's not what works, it's what inspires. So like I said, this tutorial might not be the best beat ever that I've created, but hopefully by me showing you the techniques and some of the tricks that I use, what other professionals use, you can add that to your bag of tricks and be inspired to create maybe what will become the best beat of all time. So good luck, guys. I'll see you guys next time on the next tutorial. Once again, I'm Kris KeyZ. Thank you, guys. Be sure to check out all my other social media platforms and tutorials if you missed a step or want to learn more about production. Thank you guys so much.